a time when India is preparing to fight back COVID-19, now RT-PCR test is going to be mandatory for all the international arrivals from China, from Japan, South Korea, Hong Kong, as well as Thailand. In fact, on arrival, if any passenger from these countries is found to be either symptomatic or test positive for COVID-19, then he or she will be put under mandatory quarantine. So already these steps are being taken to ensure that from outside these variants don't enter India. Remember, we had heard the health ministry sources who have told us that given the trends, it usually takes about 25 to 30 days for any of these new variants from the other countries to reach India. When they enter, it is usually through the passage of international travelers, and following that it starts spreading in India, which is why it's important right now to ensure that the testing and tracking happens at the borders itself. Listen into the health minister.
चीन में जिस तरह से कोविड महामारी फैल रही है, उसको देखते हुए चीन, जापान, दक्षिण कोरिया, सिंगापुर, बैंकॉक सभी से आने वाली फ्लाइट को तुरंत ही एयर सुविधा के माध्यम से सभी पैसेंजर को ट्रैक किया जाएगा। पैसेंजर पहले से ही आरटी-पीसीआर रिपोर्ट अपलोड करके ही आएंगे। इंडिया में आने के बाद भी उसका थर्मल स्कैनिंग किया जाएगा और कोई पॉजिटिव पाया जाएगा या तो बुखार पाई जाएगी तो उसको देश में ही क्वारंटाइन करने के लिए हमने आदेश जारी कर दिया है।
So let me go across to Sabyasachi for more details on this. Sabyasachi, interestingly, day after several rounds of meetings, India is now putting in steps to ensure that we are prepared. And this begins with international travelers.
Well, absolutely. India is making all the precautions to make sure that India is fully prepared, and RT-PCR tests to be mandatory for international arrivals from China, Japan, South Korea, Hong Kong and Thailand. And on arrival, if any passenger from these countries is found symptomatic or tested positive for COVID-19, then he or she will be put under quarantine. And with rising number of COVID cases in some countries, including China, the few of the state government has issued a fresh advisory to citizens to follow the COVID-19 appropriate behavior like wearing of mask during the festive season of Christmas and New Year. And the advisory was issued after a high-level meeting was held on the prevailing COVID-19 situation, and the administration have asked people to avoid crowded places and use masks and maintain social distancing and go for tests if they are found to have any sort of symptoms. And meanwhile, asserting that there is no need to panic in view of the rising COVID cases in neighboring countries, as no surge has been reported in the country. The government officials have stated that it is very important for people to take the necessary precautions whenever they step out of their house. If they go to any crowded places, they should wear masks and maintain social distancing.
Well, keep tracking the developments on that front. Thank you so much for getting us all those details.